My name's Emily Pilloton. I'm the founder of a nonprofit called Project H Design, which is based in San Francisco. We have 9 chapters all over the world, and we work mostly on product design for humanitarian purposes. And I'm going to preface this by saying I feel a little out of place here because I don't have very much text on my slides, and I'm not going to follow the structure that I was supposed to follow. Instead, we have our own sort of internal manifesto, or credo, as we have come to refer to it. So I'm going to share the 5 tenets from our internal credo, which maybe will inspire something, maybe not. I also want to say that I feel out of place because I'm the worst business person ever. So Project H grew out of my personal frustration as a designer, feeling like my skills were going towards things that I really didn't care about. So I started the nonprofit with absolutely no business plan. I'm sure a lot of you are cringing right now. So this credo is about as close to a business plan as we have. So I'll just jump right into it. The first tenet of this credo is there's no design without action. And I think a lot of people refer to design as a verb, which is a really important first step. But to go beyond that and to recognize that design needs to be an action and a verb outside of design, that design is typically very insular, and we're really good at dealing with other designers, and yet where design really takes place is with the, I won't say user, maybe the beneficiary or the people with whom and for whom we're designing. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Okay, the second is we design with, not for, which coincidentally is one of the lines in our manifesto. So this is oh, I'm sorry, I didn't even say what the previous slide was. That was the hippo roller, which is a water transport device used in the developing world, which we redesigned. This is a learning landscape, which is a playground used to teach math. It's the simplest construction ever. It's tires buried halfway in the ground, and then there's a series of games that you play within this grid. And so I'm showing this slide because this was completely developed. Well, there were 6 designers and about 200 students from age 5 to 12 that helped us develop this. So this was like a really great example of being inspired by users, beneficiaries, people, and in a way erasing the need to even use the term user because they were just as much designers as we were. And for us internally, it's really important to design with, not for 3 reasons. One is for ownership, and we've sort of talked a little bit about this, but we do design pro bono. So if our clients are not paying us, then there needs to be another form of investment. And what that investment is on their side is participation in the design process and ownership of it once it's passed off to them. The second reason that we design with, not for, is for feedback loops, so that we can continually get information on how it's being used and adapted, and then scale that, which is the third reason, which is for scalability. Okay, then I'm running out of time. Tenet 3 is we start locally and scale globally, and we've talked about this a little bit too. And so this is the same system in North Carolina. This was the second place we implemented it because we felt it was really important to have a version in our own backyard to compare how it works in North Carolina versus in rural Uganda, and to understand where the similarities are between those 2 markets. In North Carolina, it's just this cool thing that teachers get to use, whereas in Uganda, it's very much about the need. But there's something that's fixed about it that works in either place, and then there's opportunity for adaptability so that it works very appropriately in either context. Tenet number 4 is we document, share, and measure, and this is sort of what we're all here to do, is to put things, to codify ideas and processes. And so this is a project, these are all education projects except for the hippo roller. This is a series of schools in rural Mexico where we devised this sort of kit of parts furniture system. We started with 1 school and then documented the process of how the kids and teachers themselves put these pieces of furniture together, and then allowed that school to, it was sort of like a pyramid scheme. So then they took it to 3 schools with the documentation, and then they took it to 3 more. So this really put the power in the hands of the user beneficiary, and through documentation, we were able to be more efficient in our co-creation. And then lastly, tenet 5 is we design systems, not stuff. And this is, I'm ending on this one because this is sort of my question that comes out of this, is how do we as designers justify putting more crap out into the world? And how do we sort of redefine our role as creators of stuff into providers of solutions. And so and beyond that, how is co-creation better suited to produce systems than stuff, or is it? So this is just a project that I wanted to show. It's Empowerment Through Food, which this project has no material component. It's a curriculum for the public schools in New York that the schools have farms, urban farming and rooftop gardens, and then those vegetables go straight to the cafeteria and they compost them, and it becomes this whole sort of multi-subject curriculum for the teachers, but no material component, and this was a design project. So that's what I'll end on is how does co-creation facilitate the development of sustainable systems rather than stuff?